Hello, Professor Rosemary here and welcome to my lab. Today we'll be making Solosis jellies, complete with a chewy nucleus and a transparent cytoplasm. Wait, what? Other people have beat me to it? It's hard to be original these days, huh? Oh well, though after looking at some jelly cheesecakes, I think I can make it work with the Solosis twist. So with that said, let's get making. Solosis molds aren't quite a thing, which I think is a crime against this cutie. But that's okay, we can make our own using a piece of aluminum foil roughly 5 cm or 2 inches wide. The cut doesn't have to be entirely straight because we'll be making our own straight edge by folding the foil in half. Then I'm folding over a little lip on the front and back sides of the foil so I can hook the ends together and then flattening it. Finally, I'm making 2 folds to create Solosis' peanut-shaped body, adjusting the shape as needed. One more check and we can see that it fits perfectly in a 4-inch spring-form cake pan. To get started on our cheesecake, we'll create the base by first crushing some crackers by way of food processor or violence. Guess which one I chose today. Then we combine the crumbs with brown sugar and melted butter before tightly packing it into our cake pans, lined with baking paper at the bottom. I'm also lightly pressing the mold into the base to prevent the cheesecake filling from leaking out. For our little friend's peanut body, we start by whipping some cream to stiff peaks and setting it aside in the fridge. Then I'm creaming some cream cheese with granulated sugar, before combining that with sour cream, key lime juice and zest, icing sugar, vanilla, and some food coloring. The whipped cream goes in next, and I'm folding it in 3 additions to preserve the foam until no visible streaks of cream remain. Now we just need to spoon or pipe the filling into the mold, level off the top, and refrigerate this for at least 8 hours to set the cheesecake. After a nice night's sleep, we can finish off our unicellular cheesecakes by making some jello to simulate the cytoplasm that goes around Solosis. I could make my own jelly, but using instant jello seemed much more convenient, and not using lime juice means that the jelly won't turn out cloudy. I'm simply preparing it according to the box instructions and letting it cool completely so it doesn't melt off the cheesecake. Now we just need to gingerly remove the foil mold, place on some chocolate features, then layer on a jello and we can... Captain, we've sprung a leak. Okay, that was harrowing. It seemed like the jello was seeping right through the cracker base and leaking out the bottom of the pan. I googled and tried some things to prevent leaks in springform pans, which did slow down the leaking, but it was still a pretty big problem. And honestly, that wasn't the only gripe I had with these cheesecakes. I was quite annoyed at how the crumb base flaked off and floated on the jello. I didn't catch it on camera, but the flaking only got worse with time. Moreover, I frankly found this jello color to be pretty gross for this project. It's too vibrant for my liking and it drowns out the colors under the jello. But now that we've identified the problems that we want to address, I just need to breathe and re-strategize a bit. To address the biggest issue, i.e. the leaking, I've decided to swap out the springform cake pans to single-serving dessert cups. Can't have leaks if there's nothing to remove at the bottom. As for the flaking, a quick Google search of cheesecakes with a jelly layer showed that the jelly is never really seen in contact with the crumb base. Guess I learned why the hard way. So to prevent the base flaking, I've decided to split the cheesecake batter, one for the body and one as a background color. This background color served as a barrier between the jelly and the crumb base, completely preventing any sort of flaking. I also remade the little peanut molds a little smaller, and I'm pressing them into the background layer slightly before filling it with the body-colored cheesecake. I found that piping it in for this size was a lot easier than spooning. As for the jelly, I bit the bullet, stopped being lazy and made my own jelly instead. This gives me full control over the sweetness and color. This also opens up the possibility of interesting flavor pairings, and I went with a mint jelly to go with the lime in the end. To some water that's just starting to bubble, I'm dissolving my hydrated gelatin before adding in the mixture to some cold water. Then I'm adding some mint extract and adjusting the color until I'm satisfied. When the molten jelly has come to room temperature, we fill, then we chill for at least 4 hours, and our Solosis key lime cheesecakes are done. An odd thing is that some of the cheesecake bodies ended up floating to the top of the jelly. This was not at all intentional, because I felt that the body being under the jelly was more accurate. Though the floaty ones do allow the features to show more and it lets me do this. So that's all for now. Personally, I'm much happier with the second attempt, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.